spouse open work permit from outside Canada along with PG work permit application. This is the topic of today. So in this particular video, we are going to cover each and everything related to this particular topic, including what is the eligibility requirement, how much of work permit is required to apply for spouse open work permit application, how much funds are required to you, which are different from SOWP extension from inside Canada. Because when you are applying for spouse open work permit application from outside Canada, it is like a fresh application. So in this particular scenario, the fund requirement is absolutely different. So how much funds are required to you, and what kind of job is required to the primary applicant inside Canada along with PG work permit application to make you eligible for spouse open work permit from outside Canada. So to know answers about all these questions, watch this video till then. Hello everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel WXI Immigration. This is Chandra Grover. In this video, we are discussing about spouse open work permit application from outside Canada as a fresh application along with PG work permit application from inside Canada as a primary applicant. So we are trying to get spouse open work permit. If you haven't got spouse open work permit, haven't reached Canada, or earlier you got the approval but you haven't traveled to Canada, and now your spouse who is inside Canada is applying for a PG work permit application. Along with that, you can apply for your spouse open work permit application as well, and you can get the approval as well. So in this video, we are discussing about all kind of questions that can exist. So I'm going to cover each and every bit of it, and basic questions: what kind of eligibility is there, what kind of job is required, how much funds are required. So I'm going to discuss these things as well. This video is different from SOWP extension. I have already made two videos, separate videos. Links of those videos are given in the description. So one video is PG work permit and SOWP extension. So you can watch that video as well. If you are inside Canada, entire family is inside Canada, then that is the video for you. And there is one more video on specifically on SOWP extension. So that is again one more video. So I'll share the links of these two videos in the description. This video is different because here the spouse is outside Canada and yet to travel to Canada. So in this case, spouse open work permit application or spouse visa application is absolutely different because financial requirement is different in this scenario. Rest, both the rules are same. So those are same as SOWP extension, but financial requirement is different in this particular scenario. So watch this video till the end, and there are few questions which are different from SOWP extension. SOWP extension is usually a simpler application from inside Canada. Acceptance rate is on higher side as well. So that is a different application. But when you are outside Canada and applying for spouse visa, in that case, application is absolutely different. Visa acceptance rate is also low in that scenario. We need to fight for the visa and you need to show funds as well. And there are so many things which are subjective in this scenario. Visa officer can refuse your application based on financial capacity, based on prospect of returning home, which are subjective. And you can get refusal unnecessarily as well. So I am making this video separately to give you insights related to SOWP from outside Canada. To start with, who can apply? What is the eligibility? Eligibility is dependent of a PG work permit applicant. So if you are applying right now, you haven't got it, you are submitting your PG work permit application maybe in April 2025. Right now you are going to submit it. So if you are applying for PG work permit or already have the approved PG work permit, in both the scenarios you can apply for spouse open work permit from outside Canada. So along with the application as well, or after getting approval as well, we can apply, but you should have 16 months of PG work permit or PG work permit eligibility. So if you are applying with 2 years of study in Canada, 2 years of diploma or a bachelor degree or any master degree, in that case you are going to get 3 years of PG work permit. So you are going to meet this 16-month eligibility. So either you should have eligibility or you should have approved PG work permit where 16 months of work permit is pending with you. So this is the first requirement. PG work permit applicant or holder. So if you are applying for PG work permit, I am calling you applicant. If you already have PG work permit, then you are a PG work permit holder. Can be from any study background or level. So many people think that we are not eligible for spouse visa because we studied a diploma, and with diploma spouse visa is not eligible. This is not the scenario when you are applying for PG work permit, because even though you may be applying for PG work permit with a diploma, UG diploma, PG diploma, any study, still you are eligible to get spouse open work permit. No need to worry about it. So any level of study, maybe UG diploma, maybe PG diploma, maybe master degree, PhD, bachelor's, any study or any background will make you eligible to apply for spouse open work permit. It's not a problem at all. So now it is a different application, different zone, and rule for PG work permit is absolutely different. So once you are on work permit, even though you are coming on work permit from a UG diploma, still you will be eligible to apply for spouse visa. It is not a problem. So many people think that we may not be eligible even if we are going to get PG work permit after doing our diploma. But you will be eligible for it. No need to worry, and you must apply for spouse visa in this particular scenario. Second requirement is PG work permit applicant needs a required tier level of job. So there are conditions related to that. I am going to give you all the details related to this further in this video. But in short, you require either tier 0 or 1 level of job. PG work permit applicant who is inside Canada require either tier or 1 level of job. Any job profile is fine. Or on tier 2 or 3 level job, specific job profiles are required. I'm going to share all the job profiles with you. But for now, just understand that particular type of job is required to PG work permit applicant to get spouse visa of the applicant who is outside Canada. Then next is husband and wife must have sufficient funds for spouse upon work permit. So there is a requirement for funds as well. I'm going to share how much funds are required to you in this video. So stay with me to understand all these eligibilities to get your spouse upon work permit from outside Canada. Next big question is when to apply for spouse upon work permit. So many people think that once we are going to get the approval, so there can be 3 levels here, 3 situations here. With PG work permit application, whenever you are applying for PG work permit, that time you can think to apply for SOWP along with you. Second is after PG work permit application, before getting the approval. Many people think about this as well. Third is after PG work permit approval. So there are 3 scenarios here. So many people think that once our PG work permit is going to be approved, then we are going to apply for spouse visa. So many people think, because what is the reason? One, if spouse visa is refused, our PG work permit can be refused as well. Second issue is we do not have appropriate tier level of job. That's why we want to have more time, and during this period we are going to get a job and then we are going to apply for spouse visa. So many people think because of these reasons that they are going to apply for spouse visa after getting the approval of PG work permit. But there is one big problem in this particular scenario, that your PG work permit approval is going to take 4 to 5 months of time on average, and you are going to lose this much of time to wait for your PG work permit, and you did not apply for spouse visa, and because you did not apply for spouse visa, you have wasted 4 to 5 months of time in this entire process. So what is my recommendation to you? My recommendation is apply for spouse visa along with PG work permit application. If you are applying for PG work permit right now in this particular month, in this scenario, submit your spouse visa application along with PG work permit application. And let me counter both of your myths. One is related to refusal. First thing is, even if your spouse upon work permit is refused, even if it is refused, it does not impact your PG work permit application. This is going to be accepted if you are not going to do any blunder in your application. So this application is separate, this is separate. Even though you are submitting both the applications together in one application, I have seen so many results where people get spouse upon work permit refusal and PG work permit is accepted. So this is done. This is done by visa officer. No need to worry about refusal, that if spouse visa is refused, my PG work permit is going to be refused as well. No, it will not happen. This is almost like an objective application, and if you are not doing any blunders, or if you did not do any blunders in past, in history, in that case, it is going to be accepted. So your spouse visa application is not impacting your PG work permit application. Second thing is, as a primary applicant who is applying for PG work permit, you do not have appropriate tier level of job. Okay, submit your application and submit your full-time appropriate job later on, maybe in the month of May, next month, in June, July. Before getting the approval of your PG work permit, you can submit your job proofs to IRCC. What's the problem in that? You may not be having a full-time appropriate tier level job right now in the month of April 2025. Submit your application. Next month you may get a job. Submit it to IRCC. And how you can get a job, what kind of job levels are allowed, I'm going to discuss that as well. You may not get it in May. Okay, in June, next month, try to get it. You will get it and submit it to IRCC. You can have payrolls as well. Then July. In July, if you get it, submit it to IRCC. They are going to consider it. Even I have seen ADRs. Many students got ADRs, additional document request, from visa officer, and visa officer asks you, dear, you applied for spouse upon work permit application, but I haven't received your full-time job proofs. If you have any proofs, submit it to me. Some people have full-time job proofs. They submit it to visa officer through web form or upload them in GC key. So a visa officer gets them and give you the approval of spouse visa. There is one more scenario as well, where people replied that due to the current condition, my health condition or something else, I couldn't get a job. Please grant me spouse visa because I was in a situation where I was not able to get a job. In that case as well, people have got approvals. I am not counting on this. I'm not saying, I don't want to generalize this particular thing, that even if you don't get a full-time job, you are going to get approval if you are going to justify it to visa officer. It may happen in some scenarios, but I am not generalizing this statement. But visa officer is going to give you a chance at last to prove that you are having a full-time job or not to get spouse upon work permit approval. So it may also happen with you. So some visa officer can send you ADRs as well at the end when they are processing PG work permit application after 4 or 5 months. So you have a lot of time to get a full-time job and submit it to IRCC through web form. So this is my recommendation. Submit your SOWP application along with PG work permit application so that you get yourself one more chance of getting spouse visa. Anyway, if it is going to be refused, spouse visa is going to be refused, then submit your application again after getting the approval of PG work permit. What's the problem in that? But at least give yourself one more chance of getting spouse visa approval when you are submitting your application with PG work permit application. Only one condition is there, that you should have sufficient funds. We are going to discuss about funds as well. There can be one more scenario as well where you want to submit spouse visa application after the submission of PG work permit application, but before approval. It is not recommended at all. You should not do it, because in this particular scenario you will require to submit your one more PG work permit application. So you submit one PG work permit application, and again with spouse visa application you need to submit one more PG work permit application, which is quite unnecessary. Second application is going to be a dummy application. I don't recommend this to you, so do not fall in this scenario. So either do it with PG work permit application, which is highly recommended, or after getting the approval of PG work permit. So these two scenarios you can consider. So the best scenario is along with PG work permit application, which gives you the best chance of getting spouse visa and one additional chance of getting spouse visa as well. Next important part is job requirement for spouse open work permit. So the first question is, who needs job for spouse open work permit? Primary applicant in Canada who is applying for PGWP, PG work permit. So just for PG work permit, you do not require a job. You don't require a job, okay? But to get spouse open work permit, this primary applicant will require an appropriate job. We are going to discuss that. Secondary applicant who is applying for spouse open work permit from outside Canada or SOWP extension, it is not mandatory for this applicant to have a full-time job, but it is recommended. If you have it, it always adds value, because visa officer is granting you a work permit. And if you are outside Canada, in that case, it adds value that yes, I am working and I am going to support my husband or wife in Canada and I'm going to work there. So because you are applying for work permit, if you are already working, it adds value. Second, it is a prospect of returning home as well. So it is highly important that it is highly recommended that if you are working in your home country, it is going to add value to your profile. If you are inside Canada and applying for SOWP extension, again, it adds value to your file. It is subjective, not objective. Subjective means visa officer can decide on it. Even if you are not working, by rule, visa officer cannot refuse your application. So who needs a job for spouse open work permit approval? Primary applicant who is applying for PG work permit application. Next is what kind of job is required. So this is the link. I'll share the link in the description, or you can search these keywords and you will find this link as well. I'll share it in description as well. So there are two important links. One is for eligibility, what kind of jobs are required, and second is how to check your tier level. I will share this particular link as well in description. So please check it. What is your tier level? What is your no code? So you can check it from this particular link. So this is important. These two links are important for you. I'll share both of them in the description. What kind of job is required? Tier 0 or 1. Any kind of job is fine on this tier levels, tier 0 or 1. If you are on tier 2 or 3, in that case, specific job profiles are required. We are going to discuss about profile as well. So the first link which was there about eligibility, you will find this particular page to check the eligibility for spouse open work permit. This will clear everything to you, and it has all the jobs which are eligible for spouse open work permit. So this is one important page for you. And in this particular website, you can check your no code, your tier levels, everything. So this is one important website for you. I am going to share the link of this website as well for you. You can simply search your job by job title, and you can put the job title here. I have put assistant manager as the job title. Assistant manager, all the assistant manager jobs come on tier 0 level. I'm going to show it to you as well. And if you are going to become an assistant manager in a restaurant or in a retail store, you are going to get tier 0 level job. It is highly important job title for you. So many people think that if I'm going to become a supervisor, I cannot get tier 0 or 1 level job. Assistant manager does not come on tier 0 or 1 level of job. Almost all supervisor or assistant manager job, they come on tier 0 or 1 level. So you can make it possible to get an appropriate tier level job to get spouse open work permit. And after putting the job title here, you can simply search. And I'm going to show what I'm going to get after doing this search of assistant manager. So these are all assistant manager jobs. So there is network conduct center assistant manager, then central assistant manager in hotels, then fire department. I don't know whether someone is going to get fire department job, but retail, quite important. If you are assistant manager in a retail store, you are going to get a tier 0. All these are tier 0 level. All these assistant manager jobs are on tier 0 level. So just note these two no codes. One is assistant manager in retail. Second is assistant manager in restaurants. 60030, 60020. So these two are really important jobs for you guys, because these two are easy to get. At least in restaurant, it is easy to get. So you can easily get an assistant manager job. Even if your salary is just $20, $21, $19. If your job title is assistant manager restaurant, it is going to work for you. And there are so many job titles: restaurant assistant manager bar, assistant manager food services. So it is going to give you tier 0 level of job, and you can easily apply for spouse upon work permit, and you can become eligible as well. So there are other assistant manager jobs as well, and all the hotel assistant manager accommodation, construction. So there are so many options available, and all of them are on tier 0 level. So just see that it is easy to get these type of jobs, and still you can get tier 0 level. I am going to show you other jobs as well where you can become supervisor, and still you can get tier 0 level, tier 1 level. Here I am showing IT jobs. Almost all the IT jobs will give you tier 0 or tier 1 level. That is what you require. All IT jobs, software engineer, software developer, website developer, everything. All the software jobs, almost all the software jobs, even in networking side, will give you tier 0 level or tier 1 level. So that is highly important. So if you are going in IT side, getting a job will get you tier 0 or tier 1 level of job, which will make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. Next is supervisor. Many people think that even if I am going to become supervisor, it is going to be a knock B level of job, and it is not going to be on tier 0 or 1. See, so many supervisors are there which are on tier 0 or 1. So internal audit supervisor in finance, accounting, if you are in this field, so you can get tier 0, tier 1 level of job. Next is if you are in human resources, you can get on tier 0 level job. All these are supervisor jobs. If you are getting supervisor jobs in all these job profiles, you are going to get tier 0 or tier 1 level of job, which will make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. So even if you are becoming a supervisor, assistant manager, all these jobs can come under tier 0 or 1, which are going to make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. If you are not getting appropriate tier 0 or 1 level of job, in that case, you can go on tier 2 level as well, but not all the job profiles are eligible here. You are having a specific list of job profiles. I am going to share the link, and you can just do Control F and you can search for the job title which are going to make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. So these are the list of jobs, no codes, which will make you eligible on tier 2 level, which are going to make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. So there is a big list on tier 2 level, and you can check in which kind of job you are getting eligible. Computer network and web technicians, it is also there. User support technician. So even if you are a technician, even in IT company, non-IT company, it can make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. So there are so many jobs available, and you can get any of these jobs and you can make yourself eligible. Engineering related jobs are also there, telecommunication, communication related jobs are also there, construction related jobs are also there. So many type of jobs are here which will make you eligible for spouse upon work permit, and let's just go on and on. But you can check whether these jobs are going to be a fit for you. Pharmacy technicians are there, and there are medical profession, dental technologists are there, medical laboratory technologists are there. So many jobs are there which will make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. So these are on tier 2 level, and there are going to be tier 3 level jobs as well. So these are tier 3 level jobs, and here also pharmacy technical assistants are there. So medical related, non-medical related, so many jobs. Transports, truck drivers are there, bus drivers are there, truck drivers are also there, which are going to be eligible for spouse upon work permit. So even on tier 3 level, you are going to get painters are there. So for painter, to become a painter, you don't require a license. You can easily get a job. So now it is under skilled trade as well, and it can get you PR really quickly as well. So you can get a painter job, and it will serve both the purposes of spouse upon work permit and PR as well. Both the things will be considered with this particular job profile. So it is a really good job profile, and as soon as you apply for PG work permit, start getting this experience. This experience will count for spouse upon work permit and for PR as well, and it will give you PR really quickly. So there are other jobs. You can consider what kind of jobs you want to take, or you can take, and these jobs are going to give you spouse upon work permit. So these are the job profiles where either you can get tier 0 or 1 level of job, which are on higher level, or you can get tier 2 or 3 level of job in a specific no code, and it will make you eligible for spouse upon work permit. Next question is, how much funds are needed for spouse upon work permit? So this is quite important, because when you are inside Canada and apply for SOWP extension, then funds is not a problem. Even if you are showing your full-time job, it can compensate for the fund. But once you are applying as a fresh application from outside Canada, in that case you require to show appropriate level of funds. Otherwise, your application is going to be refused. So how much funds are needed? So if you are just husband and wife, you don't have any kids, then you require approximately 26,000 Canadian dollars CAD. So if you are husband and wife, it means 2 family members, you require approximately 26,000 Canadian dollars. If you are 3 family members, means if you have 1 kid as well, kid 1, then you require 32,000 Canadian dollars. So that is what you require. If you have 2 kids, kid 2, so you require 39,000 Canadian dollars. And this table just goes and go on and on. So you can keep adding $6,000 in that, and it will become, suppose you have 3 kids, then there will be a kid 3, and you will require 44,000 Canadian dollars. But mostly family members are 2 or 3. In that case, you require either $26,000 or $32,000. If you are a family of 4, then you require $39,000. How you are going to show funds? That is also an important question. I am going to answer that question as well. So the first question is where to show funds? Highly important question. So funds you can show either in Canada or anywhere else in the world. Maybe in your home country. Many people are in UAE, so you can show your funds in UAE, your home country. If it is India, then you can show it in India as well. So altogether, funds should be there in Canada or anywhere else in the world. So overall, all the funds are going to be considered. So if you have maybe $10,000 in Canada in your savings, and in your home country you are having $16,000, then overall it is going to become $26,000, and it is going to be considered as your financial capacity, combining Canadian funds and your funds in the home country. But funds are going to be considered only with husband and wife. Many people say that I am having funds, but those are with my parents. Those are not going to be considered. Funds with parents are not going to be considered. You need to transfer those funds in the account of husband or in the account of wife. Then only these funds are going to be considered. Otherwise, funds are not going to be considered. So core funds for spouse visa can be only with husband or with wife. Other funds are not considered. And these funds can be in a saving account, fixed deposit. So these are the funds which are easily accessible to you, and visa officer is going to consider these funds only. Many people say that I am having shares, mutual funds, policies. Those are funds. Those are additional funds, but those are not the core funds. So in core funds, it can be your saving account, fixed deposit. If the funds are in Canada, then it can be in saving account or in checking account. So that is going to be considered. So funds can be either in Canada or outside Canada. It can be with husband or wife in their saving account or fixed deposit. That is all. That's it. Those are the funds which are going to be considered. Next question is, what if the old funds are not available? Usually for Canada, I always say older the better, more the better. For any visa application, this is the slogan. Older the better means if your funds are 4 to 6 months old, those are always considered the best funds. Then more the better. You may require just $26,000, but you are showing $40,000. Even better. You are showing $50,000. Even better. So if you are showing more funds, it always improves your visa chances. If you are showing older funds, it also improves your visa chances. But there are scenarios where people do not have old funds. Then should you submit your file? Yes, definitely. You should submit your file, because to make your new funds old, it is going to take 4 to 6 months of time. By that time, you are going to get one result. So take your chance with your new funds, and even if it is refused, just reapply. So you are not losing anything in that. Just $255 is your loss. So you should consider submission of your application even if your funds are new. How to improve your visa chances with the new funds? Suppose your parents have funds, you don't have funds. How to improve your visa chances? So what you should do with your new funds? You should transfer your funds in a fixed deposit, FD, make a fixed deposit. That is better than showing new funds in the bank account statement, because visa officer will be able to see that you just deposited these funds in the account, and possibly you borrowed these funds from somewhere, because there is going to be big transaction in the account that will be visible. It is not recommended. Make a fixed deposit. It is better. Even better than fixed deposit. What to do? Send these funds to Canada. You can open Hello Canada account from India, from ICICI Bank, and you can show your funds in Hello Canada account. That is even better. Or if you are unable to open Hello Canada account, in that case, your husband or wife must be in Canada. You can transfer these funds to your husband or wife in Canada. That is better. So transferring the funds to Canada is even better if your funds are new. Or if you are unable to transfer to Canada, in that case, make a fixed deposit of your funds, and then you can display your funds. That is recommended. So rather than depositing your funds in a saving account and submission of saving account statement where a big transaction is going to be displayed, it's better that you make a fixed deposit or transfer it to Canada. That is going to be recommended. Core funds versus additional fund. I have already shared with you. Core funds are with husband plus wife. That's it. Those are core funds. And they can be in saving account plus fixed deposit plus checking account in Canada, so or Hello Canada account. So those are the accounts which are easily accessible to you. Those are going to be accounts. Additional funds, it can be LIC policy, funds with your parents, your mutual fund, your shares, anything, any cash, gold. All these are going to be your additional funds. These are not your core funds. So visa officer will try to check your core funds first, and then if core funds are satisfactory, then visa officer might check your additional funds. But core funds are more important. Is GIC included in funds? So yes, GIC is included, but when you are applying for PG work permit, so possibly you are not going to have your GIC. If you have it, in that case, yes, it is going to be included in funds as well. If you are having any balance in Canada, saving in Canada, that will also be counted. Is fixed deposit assets or property included in funds? No, it is not included in funds. Many people say that I showed so many funds. How many funds were there? So I showed 10 lakh rupees and I had 4 crore rupees property. So this is not your funds. You are not going to sell your property to pay your living expenses in Canada. So these are not the funds. So many people think that these are funds. I had 4 crore rupees property. Still my visa is refused. No, this is not fund. So visa can be refused even if you have 10 crore rupees property. So this is not counted as your funds because this is not liquid. This is not available right now to spend. Is income included in funds? No. Many people think that income is also going to be included in funds. Income is available today. If you are having a kid, you require $32,000 and as soon as your kid and your spouse lands in Canada, you lose a job. What is going to happen in this scenario to your family? How they are going to survive for next 6 months until unless you get a job. So in this scenario, visa officer always wants to check that you are having these funds right now available. They should not be based on income. So that is highly important when you are applying as a fresh application from outside Canada for spouse upon work permit. Then in that case, funds should be available right now. Income is not considered as funds. Can I withdraw my funds after visa application? No. Many people try to become over smart here. I submitted my file and I deposited the funds. After taking the statement, I withdraw the funds and now funds are with me. If visa officer is going to check your statement and balance and visa officer is not going to find the appropriate balance, you are going to get a ban of 5 years. So you are just away from one check from visa officer. That's it. And you are going to get a ban of 5 years in that scenario. And many people think that I am having a setting with the bank manager and bank manager is going to clear anything which is going to come. And now IRCC is also smart. They are checking it from Bombay. They are going to check it from Chandigarh, from head offices, not from your bank manager where you are going to do setting. So this is not going to work. Don't do this. So until unless you get your visa, do not withdraw your funds. Even after getting your visa, if you can keep the funds, then keep the funds until unless you reach Canada. So ideally, at the time of your travel, you should have the appropriate financial capacity available with you. So if you want to withdraw your funds after getting your visa, so you can withdraw the funds, but before your travel to Canada, deposit the funds again and then travel to Canada, so that even if border officer tries to check your funds, border officer should be able to check that, okay, you are having sufficient fund available right now as well at the time of travel to Canada. It is important. Visitor visa versus spouse visa. Many people think that let us apply for visitor visa. It is easier application. Spouse visas are getting refused. Visitor visas get more refusal compared to spouse visa. So always, if you are eligible, always apply for spouse visa. Even if you get 10 refusals of spouse visa, 11 times apply for again for spouse visa. This is not an application for a spouse until unless you don't have eligibility for spouse visa. Suppose you are going to get eligibility for spouse visa next 1 year, after 1 year. Then okay, apply for visitor visa. Because you can't apply for spouse visa right now. You are not eligible. Your spouse in Canada is studying a UG diploma or a PG diploma, which is going to be completed after 1 year. At the time of PG work permit, you are going to be eligible for spouse visa. Okay, for you don't have any other option. Go for visitor visa. If you get it, you get it. If it is refused, refused. It's not a problem. You are not losing anything in that. But if you are eligible for spouse visa and get 10 refusals, apply for 11 times again for spouse visa. It is going to be accepted. Don't worry about it. Next question is quite interesting. Should you apply for spouse upon work permit from UAE or from home country? Many people get refusal when they apply for spouse visa from UAE or any other visa as well. UAE has the highest number of refusal rate if your home country is something else. Mostly Indians or Pakistani, they are living in UAE and lose their file from UAE. They get most number of refusals. So always submit your file from your home country. That is recommended. Highly, highly recommended. Do not spoil your application unnecessarily just by submitting your file from UAE. So recommendation is submit it from your home country. Job required for PG work permit alone? No, you don't require. For PG work permit alone, you don't require a job. But to apply for spouse visa, you will require an appropriate job. We have discussed the job levels with you in this video. Can future job offer be submitted with PG work permit and SOWP application? The answer is yes. Right now, you are in April 2025. You are submitting your PG work permit and SOWP application. And you have an offer letter where your job is starting from May 15th. That's fine. This offer letter, future job offer letter can also be submitted. And once you are going to join your job, in that case, you are going to get your pay stub. We will submit this pay stub to IRCC through web form. That's fine. So we can submit this job along with your PG work permit and SOWP extension or SOWP application. Can we submit job offer after submission of PG work permit and SOWP application? Yes, we have already discussed about it. After the submission of your application, PGWP and SOWP, suppose you submit it in April, then you get a job in June. So in June, we will submit it to IRCC. I have received an appropriate job, update it with my application and approve SOWP file because I am the primary applicant. I got the job. Approve the SOWP file because now I am eligible for spouse upon work permit approval as well. Will it impact PG work permit if SOWP is refused? The answer is no. There is no impact. Even if it is refused, you can get the approval of PG work permit. It's not a problem. I have already explained this. What if PG work permit application do not get a full-time job? Applicant do not get a full-time job offer till the processing of PGWP and SOWP application. So what will happen in this scenario? One scenario is SOWP will be directly refused. Another scenario is you can get additional document request. So till the end, you did not get a full-time job. So you will get additional document request. Now there can be two scenarios again. Means after getting the IDR, you will submit a reply. Either you can have a job and submit that, or you don't have a job, you can submit that as well. You can submit a justification. Then again, visa officer can consider it. And in some cases, you will get visa. In some cases, you will get refusal. So all these possibilities are there till the end. Even if you are not going to get a full-time job, there is a slight chance if you get additional document request, still it can be granted as well. You will get an opportunity to submit your proof of job or submit an explanation, and it can lead to an acceptance for you. But if SOWP is refused, nothing, just go ahead and reapply. Even if it is refused 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, if you are eligible, keep applying for it. But you are going to lose. You are going to lose $255, which is the fee for your spouse upon work permit. So I guess I have covered all the questions for you to apply for spouse upon work permit from outside Canada along with PG work permit application. And I'm going to share the links of PGWP application with SOWP, that link as well. SOWP extension application, that link as well, and other links as well. I'm going to share all these important links with you in the description, so you can watch those videos as well. And if you want to apply with me, you can ping me on my WhatsApp number. So these two numbers are there. You can save these numbers and they are on the screen as well. And you can apply with me for your next visa application. If you are applying for PG work permit application, so in that case, this is very important video for you. And if you are going to apply with me in April 2025, if you are going to deposit for PG work permit in April, in that case, charges are just $100 only, 100 CAD only. Quite nominal, quite competitive. So this is the scheme for April. I want to get so many students right now to apply with me for PGWP and SOWP extension. So share it with your fellow students as well, so that they can also apply with me and they get the best knowledge and best application without any risk for their PG work permit and SOWP extension or SOWP from outside Canada. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. See you in next video.